Hello, you're very welcome to this video on using MyFuture Plus and the career apps and tools to explore where you have come from in your career journey, where you're at, and a sense of where you would like to get to. And as well as that, the steps that you may take to develop in relation to your learning, your education, your training, your work experience, and your employment. So, you've linked up with a service and you have begun to explore your options. Through MyFuture Plus, the worker that is supporting you, whether that's a guidance counsellor, whether it's a guidance worker, employability worker, or an employment or education support worker, they have supported you to set up a MyFuture Plus account. You've gone in, you've clicked join, and you have set up your account. You're ready to look at your options. So if you go into Careersportal.ie, the browser I'm in at the moment is Chrome, but you can use various different ones from Safari to Firefox to Microsoft Edge to various different browsers to view the MyFuture Plus program and platform. So when I go in, I've logged on to Careersportal.ie. I go up to the top right hand corner here, as you can see, and I can click login. If needs be, I can add different tools in to my browser. These browsing tools will assist me in terms of accessibility or in terms of support. The ones I have on are read aloud, that will read text to speech. And I have text to speech as well. That's support me if I need to highlight a section and have it read back to me. So the first step, I've logged on to Careersportal.ie. I click login. I add in my username and my password. And I click login. When I click login, I come to my profile page. So my career file is a collection of all the items that will support me as I'm making my decision. Essentially pieces of the jigsaw that will help me get a better picture in relation to what it is that I would like to do. And indeed the pathways of how I might like work from where I am to what I would like to do. That's in education, in training, in work experience or employment for my career journey. In previous videos, I have looked at understanding and developing yourself. This particular video, what I'm going to look at is having looked through what it is I would have done, the career sectors that I would like to get to, so my goal in my career journey, and as well as that, understanding everything from interest, my personality, the career skills that I'll talk about in a CV or at interview using the STAR or CARL method: situation, task, action, result, or context, action, results, and learning. My values, how I express my values potentially through my career and develop in the type of work that I would like to do. The learning style, as in how I learn best, how learning at the time that I am reflecting on it, how my learning is expressed and how it kind of links with how I learn best, whether it's visual, whether it's auditory, or whether it's kinesthetic, more kind of hands-on. The multiple intelligences, essentially of the 8 multiple intelligences, am I more linguistic? Am I more mathematical? Am I more interpersonal, social, working with people? Am I more naturalistic in terms of the natural environment? Or am I more intrapersonal in terms of reflecting on what's going on for myself and using that in a particular work context? Because all of these different multiple intelligences or talents, I suppose, or ways of engaging with the world will be expressed through the work that I do. And likewise as well, the colorblind check, the Shihara sample indicator check, that will give me a sense of if I have particular accommodation needs or support needs as it relates to particular types of learning that will involve an importance of being able to differentiate or check between different types of color. The actual career apps that will develop on from an understanding of who I am and who I might like to be. We've talked about various different ones in relation to the Career Explorer of the over 1,000 occupations that are profiled by Careersportal of how I might kind of get into them, and the pathways towards these, all the way to related careers, courses, career articles, and actual live jobs. The section that I'm going to look at today and focus on is the jobs in demand. The jobs in demand section. When I click on these, this will give me, based on labour market information, this will give me an idea of jobs that are in the 33 sectors of the Irish labour market and economy that are hard to fill. So employers, recruiters are finding it hard to source candidates or people for these particular jobs. So I can get an idea, if my focus is on going into employment, I can get a sense of what jobs in the jobs market are difficult to fill at the moment. So what I can do is I can go into, I can search particular occupations within this from the 95 different types of occupations and careers. I can filter these in a couple of different ways to go from 95 to a manageable choice of decisions. I can search by occupations, the actual career type, or I can search by apprenticeships that are linked to these. I can search by job zones, and by job zones, what we mean a job zone is a sample map of what's involved in the education and qualifications to qualify and develop employability in a particular occupation and career. Likewise as well, on the right side, you can see here job training and experience. How much experience realistically would I need to get into and be employable in a particular occupation, job, and a pathway of career? So what I can do is, with the jobs in demand, I can begin to move from 95 to a manageable amount that I can decide and reflect on and explore my pathways towards. For instance, if I'm looking at particular career sectors, so if I would look to work in tourism and hospitality, I can filter out the jobs that of the 95 that aren't in tourism and hospitality and filter in the ones that are. So I can begin to get a sense of these particular types of jobs. Okay, that's a sector I would like to work in. Or likewise, transport and logistics. And so I can begin to filter out and filter in as relevant to the type of sector I would like to work in. So take tourism and hospitality. I can filter in, I go from 95 to 11 different types of careers. As well as that, I can further filter down if it's job zone 1. If you remember, job zone 1 is if I have a level 3 or level 4 cert, from level 1 up to level 4. Likewise as well, it may be key specific certs that I might need to do, whether it's clean pass, whether it's safe pass, whether it is manual handling, whether it is HACCP, whether it is food safety, to prepare me to go into a particular type of career. There could be short certs that I might need to do to go into that particular type of career and that particular type of job. So what I can do is I can get a sense of filtering in if I want to, job zones 1, and all the way up to get a sense of which jobs might suit me. So rather than just filtering, what I can do is when I filter down from, I've gone from 95 to 11 to 2. So what I can do is I can look at and go into these particular jobs. So take bartender, for example. I can go into bartender. I can get a sense of how I would get into that particular job. Details of the sectors that it's linked to. The related careers, careers that are just a little bit kind of in the same area and would have the same type of skills and experience and education training required. I can look at different types of courses that may be matched to these, and I can see quite clearly that there's 135 courses of the overall 4,000 that Careersportal have profiled on the course finder. So I can search these by the course finder and further filter these down by the level I want to go in. So say if I've done level four and I'm looking to progress on to level 5, I can filter down from the 4,000 to 78. And likewise as well, I can filter by either my interest types down to 5, down to a manageable amount where I can kind of look, see, reflect on, are these the courses for me? If I'm interested in these, I can add these to my career library. And when I move to the career library, you'll be able to see that all these are saved for me. So what I've done is I've looked at the jobs in demand. I've gone in and I've searched and filtered down to go from the 95 down to 2. So I can add these to my favorites. If I want to, I can further explore these. The context of the actual work, the work itself, the person, how I would get into it, the education and training that's involved in order to get into it, and the actual levels themselves, the overall kind of pay and salary and labor market conditions. This is where it identifies as being a job in demand. As well as that, there's key contacts that I might link up with in relation to that particular occupation itself. So as I'm exploring the different careers, I can look at and filter in and filter out various different levels. And as well as that, I can filter back to jobs in demand if I need to. So from this, I can get a sense of what type of jobs are hiring at the moment. It may well be that you're in a course and you're coming to the end of your course, or you're considering going into a course and you're looking at the reality of, is there a job at the end of this? Will I be able to get experience in it? What's the current labor market conditions? And is this a particular job in demand, something that I'd be able to gain employment in, having built up my employability and committed the time, effort, and energy towards it? So when you've started the actual different occupations and you have filtered them down into ones that you're interested in, as you can see, you can scroll down the screen, and as you go down to your career library, in your occupation, customer service rep and bartender have appeared in my career library. So my career library, I can go in and I can view the different occupations itself. So customer service rep, I can go in and I can view, I can see it's a job in demand. I can see details in relation to the latest national skills bulletin. And I can see all the details of how I would go from someone who is not experienced, education, training, experience, the actual work and skills. And one of the key things with this, I suppose, is with the work is what key buzzwords need to be on my CV in terms of knowledge, in terms of skills. The person itself and how that matches to particular type of interest types. And how do I get into this particular occupation? the pathways into it, whether it's through further education and training, whether it's through short courses, or whether that is through post-leaving cert courses and apprenticeship pathways and so on. Likewise, information in relation to salary and labour market conditions. So what a person can do is get a sense of, I'm interested in that, and an understanding of how I might work towards that particular career and employment in that. So that is the Jobs in Demand app that you can search different types of jobs and explore, are they something that you would like to apply for now? Or is it that something that you're doing a course at the moment and you're wondering where that course, the education, the training, and the work experience is going to build towards a particular type of employment? If you're unsure in relation to using the Jobs in Demand, alongside this video, what you can do is you can look at the MyFuture Plus quick guide that's available to you in your resources. And when you click on that, that will have details in relation to all the career apps that are integrated into your career toolbox in MyFuture Plus. Thank you very much for listening to this video. I wish you the very best of luck in your career journey.